Okay, good morning, everyone. We're just going to give another minute just to allow some more people to jump in. So just bear with us another minute or so. Hope you're all enjoying the sunshine if you're in Sydney.
Great to see some familiar names. Hey guys, hey Glenn, hey Jamie, hey Scott, hi John, hey David, hey Rachel. How you doing? This will be interesting for you, especially Rachel, I think.
And feel free to chat as well. So use the chat function so that we can have this session as a collaborative forum. So oh, that's fantastic. So good to see some sun. My God, it's been raining for weeks.
I reckon it's been raining for 18 months, to be honest.
But... True. Brilliant. Okay, well, we've now got, I think, a fair few on board now, so we might kick off. So welcome, everyone. We've got this deeper dive session from our last webinar. This is one of our series where we're taking that deeper dive into each area. This one's all about elevating your lead generation activities. So let's jump into it. So obviously your hosts are Dr. Catherine and myself, but our platform is all about where client behavior becomes core to your advice conversation. So it's not just about the numbers. We're making advice really centric around the client and their behaviors and how they make financial decisions. So just to recap on what we cover, we are a behavioral operating platform. We're all about profiling our clients from a behavioral perspective, but also that risk profiling capability where we look at the 4 pillars of risk. We have also developed a number of personas that sit within the system, which is a new feature that we released a couple of months ago, where we can create cohorts of different personas in the system. We have about 20 in there at the moment, and they basically get automatically segmented by persona. Lead generation, which we're going to cover off today, all the features that cover our lead generation capability, and then our AI agent, which is coming soon, which will enable you to develop meeting agendas and client comms designed around your clients and their behaviors, their unique profile. And then obviously our digital advice capability to be able to embed MoneyMind profile into digital advice journeys. So what we uncover is the client's learning style, how they process financial information, their financial preparedness, their confidence, understanding around their finances, their personal priorities, and their decision-making framework. So how they actually make financial decisions, like do they have a fixed growth mindset? Do they have, what's their level of impulsivity when it comes to self-control? And then our 4 pillars of risk, which cover off psychological tolerance for risk, risk capacity, comfort, and need. So how do you put MoneyMind's lead generation capability into action? You can use MoneyMind as a lead magnet. That's how these features that we're going to go into are used. It helps you to funnel prospective clients into your advice journey from out in the ether. So wherever your marketing activity is, we can use MoneyMind to draw people in. We also can help use the tool to help re-engage clients that haven't been spoken to or engaged with for a period of time, how to engage them back into your advice journey. So we will look at creating a profile quiz as an embed link function. We'll show you how to then track leads using our tags function in the software, and then using our segmentation filters and personas for marketing. So we're going to get into each one of those features and how you use those practically to generate more leads. So why social media quizzes are powerful? Social media quizzes are powerful because they have higher engagement. So more so than a static image that, a prospective client's out there, they see a static image. A quiz draws people in. it has that higher engagement. So 52.6% more engagement. It has also higher conversion rates. So 4 in 10 people that see your quiz will become a lead. And it also, from a completion rate, 78.4% of participants will finish completing the quiz. So this is where we've designed the Money Mind profile to be a generic, outside, client-facing, prospective, out in your social media world, on your website, where you draw people in using quiz.
And that data, Jackie,
Yes.
really, really, really interesting data. But what I think is super powerful for everyone to recognize is this data is from like the big consulting companies when they're looking at this kind of stuff. And so it includes the data around literally the world's worst quizzes. You know, the quizzes like from the magazines when you're a teenager, for example, like, what's your bed style? Or like how do you fold your pillow? Like the weirdest, most obscure, boring, meaning nothing quizzes is this data. So you can imagine what ours is like, because like this for example, has 78.4% for just all quizzes on the internet right now. I think ours must be very close to 100%.
It is.
Rate. I don't think anyone starts Money Mind profile and then escapes.
Exactly.
So that's really interesting as well to note.
That's good to, exactly, to benchmark it against. I think like Peter Diamantidis, she's doing it. She's like getting pretty much 98% of people for all her events come in and actually do it. And she did one last week as well. So it's it's got much higher engagement. So let's get into how you actually put this into practice. So we've got our embed link function. It enables you to embed MoneyMind into your website. So if you have someone that manages your website, or you use tools like Wix or WordPress, you can do it yourself by embedding the link into your website. You can also do it on your social media. So if you use Instagram or Facebook, you can embed a MoneyMind profile into your social media marketing. EDM's very simple. So if you're using a marketing automation platform like Pipedrive or any of those, HubSpot and all those sorts of marketing automation platforms, you can embed your MoneyMind profile into an EDM as well.
And for context on that, Jackie, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, of course.
Probably a lot of our advisors who are with us now and might be watching the recording as well, they probably are using lead generation tools already, like subscribe to our newsletter or book a call even. It could be straight into that. So this is designed to be kind of an alternative, like a more gentle, less high commitment way for people who pass across your website or your social media to go, okay, fine, I'll give you my details and we can see where this lands. Good point.
And then we've got your QR codes as well. So there's a link here that I can also put into the chat. It's a free QR code generator. So you can also use that as well if you've got events or marketing material, like you've got flyers or anything. You can put the MoneyMind profile into a QR code as well.
Does that QR code on screen work, by the way?
Yeah. So if you scan that code, that will work. That will take you to a MoneyMind. That will take you to our website or the MoneyMind profile. I can't remember which one I put in, but yeah, we use them all the time, like QR codes on, to get into our MoneyMind profile. And yeah, so it's really simple and easy, but we'll show you how to do that now. So let me get out of this and into the software. So once you've logged in, if you go to your managed account tab on the left-hand menu, you've got this embed link feature. So if you wanted to create, here I've created a number of different links. I've got one this one normally stays static because it's just got all the sections. I've created one for an August workshop. I've created one for a website link, an EDM that I did in July. So you can basically tag each link. So if you want, we've basically recommend, so for anything new, like using it on your website or social media, we tend to not get too heavy. We want to engage them into the process, so we don't want to bombard them with too much. We want to stage out the information that we collect over as they come into the journey. So we obviously want to start off by understanding what their learning style is. What's their financial preparedness? So what's their level of understanding and experience around finances? And then we want to understand their decision-making framework. So how do they make financial decisions? With this, you can also add a tag to the link. So we've got, you can, if you've got a workshop that you're running or a particular marketing campaign that you're running, you can tag the link to the particular marketing campaign. So we'll just call this marketing for September. And we just basically then click the button, generate copy link.
And as an example, what would we be using that link for? So the marketing September, where would we put that?
Yes, so that will be going on my website. So
Nice.
I will create that. So the tags there, I can create multiple tags. So if it was like marketing September, if you wanted to create multiple tags, but then also have it linked to a September workshop event as well. You can also link, so you can create multiple tags for a particular link. So once you've created the generic link, you simply click this button, copy, and that will copy that to your clipboard. So you can now paste that link into your website or your social media. So I'm going to give you an example of here I've got our website. We use Wix, so you might use WordPress or other website platforms, or you might have someone that manages your website for you. So this is then creating a button, creating a little landing page, and being able to add the link to that landing page. So all I do here is add in the link. If someone clicks on that link, I want it to open to a new window. I click done. And then once I refresh that website, it will basically be live. And then I can now go in and I can have this as a promotion on my website. So I come in as a prospect, I can click on this link and it will take me straight through being able to do a Money Mind profile. It'll have your privacy policy, and then the prospect will be then able to fill out their information and go through the Money Mind profile process. So that's how we capture leads into the system from the website. Now, if I wanted to embed it into a QR code, we use this Wix code generator. It's free. It's just online. You can create as many QR codes as you want. You just go onto their website, add in the link, and there's my QR code. Now I can just download that QR code.
And then you're going to send everyone this URL as well, where they can generate QR codes for free?
Correct, yes. Yeah.
Awesome. So great resource.
I'll put that into the chat. So and then basically you just download it. It will download it as an image file, and you can embed that into anything, any of your marketing material, brochures, flyers. You can have it on websites. You can put a QR code on a website. Social media, you can have it on your Instagram. So yeah, it's really flexible from that perspective. I can also embed it into Instagrams or Facebook posts. So if I have my my profile, I can actually create a link into my Instagram or Facebook profile with the link to doing the Money Mind profile and promote it. And then also in social posts. So you can actually embed the link into your social media posts as well. So that is basically how you can use the embed link function and also the tags function. So once a new prospect comes in, you'll get a notification when someone comes in, but then you'll be able to see these tags. So that one doesn't have a particular tag, but there's, yeah, because I don't have this environment set up, but yeah, so basically when someone comes in through one of those sections, so if they've used that link to come in, you'll see the actual tag come up into your client details section. So you'll be able to see where everyone came from. You can also filter on that as well.
And if you send, so the standard way that lots of advisors use it is with their existing clients or just before an initial client meeting, for example, or a discovery call, and then they'll add a contact and send it out. And when that happens, that's when there's no tag there. Is that right, Jackie?
Yes, so there's no tag there if they've come in just as a, they're just a normal client, you've uploaded their database. You can also, you can also put tags in. Yeah, exactly. So you can do it. Yeah. But so if someone came in through that one that I just created, so September workshop, I can then filter and just see every single client that came in through that particular September workshop. So that's how the tags feature works with using the filter system. So you can basically segment your clients based on lead source. So you can see what leads are actually working, what lead activity and what links are actually working. So that's essentially how that works, the using the embed link and the tags features. Now we're going to jump into then how you can also use the personas. So being able to use personas for your marketing communication. So understanding different cohorts. So once you've, done some work around your clients and you've got some of your clients all profiled, you can start now looking and identifying similar characteristics around your clients. So I'll hand over to Catherine, who's going to chat a bit more about how you can use personas from that perspective, but also how you can actually tailor the language and the communications, knowing these types of characteristics and personas that sit within your system.
And so there's two main components here. The first is about an individual client where we might look at like one persona. And then the other is about tailoring the whole language that we use for our marketing in general. So if we just think about one individual, the top firms who are using MoneyMind Profile, they, before anyone calls a client or a potential client, they bring up the persona. They have a look at it and they get a feel for who the client actually is. So this is a client, for example, who's really open to new ideas and really high optimistic, and also is likely to take action. So now they know, great. So we can power forward with talking about the value, the future, new ideas that we might have, and go with the assumption that this client's pretty happy to make a decision maybe in the next few days if they want to have a call with us, for example. So similarly, even if they were an existing client, the top firms, everyone in the team logs in, checks the client's personality quickly before they give them a call, because it changes our words, the words that we use. So if a client's not open to new ideas, for example, we're not going to give them a call and say, hey, we've got this really innovative thing we want to run past you, because that's not what they're here for. They're here for tried and tested. So it really shapes all of our emails, all of our phone calls to individual clients. But then the other really interesting thing that some of the top firms are doing is that they're using that filter function, not on the personas per se, but across the whole client group to figure out where are most of our clients landing with certain categories. So yeah, if we go into questionnaire insights and decision-making framework probably, then we might pick, say, maybe even big picture versus detailed. And say, for example, let's have a look, right? Say you've got them all done. And so how many do we have in that whole spreadsheet? So that's the big picture. How many would be detailed?
Let's go back and
have a look and have a play with your database. So that's big picture. And then, and have a feel for for example, if all of your top clients, say your favorite clients to work with, who you just love to work with, they love working with you, and all of them have a big picture perspective, then we know that probably all of our marketing should be with big picture concepts, should be around broad diagrams and broad strategies, with the kind of really detailed stuff discoverable, of course, not like hidden, but also not front and center. Whereas if we look at this, so these are the detailed clients who are up there now, right? Is that right, Jackie?
Yeah.
So this particular cohort is the opposite. So if this was your client base, there was only like 6 or 7 who were big picture, and now we've got 2 pages of detailed, or 1 and a bit, which means probably a bit of our marketing needs to be like having the detail front and center if this was our cohort of clients. And your cohort of clients is different to this sample group. These are just sample surveys.
Exactly. They're not real clients.
So you get a feel, and then you can filter across other avenues. So maybe we can go to like maybe a scarcity and abundance option.
Yeah. Okay. Refresh.
And then I'll get to your question there, Rachel, as well. We should have some time for questions, I think, today. So
yeah, we will,
the most important thing is implementing it in your business, in your social media, on your website, and all of that. So we'll do that in a sec.
Scarcity and abundant. That was what we were.
Pick one of those, and we'll see what the split is of these sample ones.
Oh, 1.
Yeah, only 1 abundant. So what about scarcity? Or I wonder if they all fell in the middle.
They might have, because it might be not enough data sets because it was from, here, we'll have a look. Okay, scarcity. There we go. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
That's pretty, yeah.
So if this was your client cohort, you can see that, sure, you kind of want people, I suppose, to have an abundant mindset to some extent, but if you realize that, whoa, all of our clients have a scarcity mindset, that means we need to really make sure that our website in general, our social media in general, says things like resources are limited. It's been hard to get the resources that you've got. You've saved hard to get the money that you've got. Money doesn't grow on trees. This, which is language around, it's not that easy. It's not that abundant. It's scarce. And what that shows is when the client who has a scarcity mindset reads that, they're thinking, whoa, this is for me. These guys get it. They really get it. And so you can meet the client where they're at on their emotional plane. So thanks for showing that, Jackie, because that's really interesting. I didn't expect that. That's great. And that's the thing, right? You never know what your client groups are going to be like. I might just answer Rachel's question. Rachel, maybe we'll see who has the genius for this one. I've put this as a pop-up on my website. Nice. Would you recommend including it in the footer as well in a format similar to what you've shown? Yeah, you may as well. Absolutely. Currently, if you close the pop-up, it sits as a small icon in the bottom corner, so it could still be accessed. Oh, yeah. If you knew what it was, yeah, for sure. But that's also good. I would put it as well as a pop-up because often when we get to a new website, pop-up, just go away. I just want to read the website first, and then have the chance to find it again when they scroll down to the bottom. So I think that's a good idea.
So you could have it as a pop-up like this. So you can have it as a button on your website and put it embedded into a pop-up, or a pop-up that automatically comes up.
Yeah. I think that's the best use of it. And Rachel says, for some of the clients in my portal, it says persona data not available.
Yes.
Yeah. Jackie?
So if the client hasn't done their risk profile, that is when the persona, so the persona is based on these data points. So if we look at, this persona, so the client needs to have done their psychological tolerance for risk, their self-control, openness to new ideas, so decision-making framework and risk tolerance. So they're the 2 things that the client needs to have completed. I am going to look at just removing risk tolerance so that the other things do come through, but it is kind of still a measure. So you don't necessarily get the persona until they've done that risk profile in the journey.
But you do get the report if you could just bring up the report for that client.
Yeah, you get the report.
So that, because you can still see exactly the same as in the persona.
Yes.
With the bars, you can see if you scroll down, it's all still there. It's just or it's there, whatever they've completed is
whatever
there.
they've completed, yeah, based on the sections, because you can choose the sections as well. So if that particular client was only sent certain sections, we really need the decision-making framework and just the psychological tolerance for risk to generate the persona. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's great.
Right. Yeah, so that's why that won't exist. Yeah, because I've got some here that don't exist as well. Yeah, persona data not available because I haven't done the risk profile. Okay. Have we got any other questions? We're just on personas, the filters. You can also export these out. So if you wanted to actually just see things in a spreadsheet, you can also export these filters out by just, like we had before, say if you wanted to see everyone who was detailed, just click apply and then click on all the contacts, and then you can click export data, and then that will export all of the selected items. So everyone with detailed, you can then pull them into a spreadsheet. So that's the other feature that you can do with the filter capability.
Which is probably a pretty efficient way of getting like the mass data for some of the key items for individual clients into if there's a CRM, for example, that people haven't set up to talk to MoneyMind yet. That's probably a nice way of doing it, I imagine.
Yes. Yeah.
Rather than manually going into each client and then translating across.
Brilliant. Okay, well, do we have any other questions about how to use the tool, the embed link function, or any other questions that anyone has? Oh, we've got John who's typing. Is there a library of the language to use for the matrix of personas?
So far, what I've been doing, I've been having chats with our users and going through like one of their client reports that they have to call and talking to them about it and saying, okay, so this client is, for example, high on deliberation rather than action. So the kind of phrasing that we'd use would be, we're not going to make any rash decisions. We're not going to rush anything. We're going to take our time. We're going to make sure that you have time. You'll be in control of when we hit go on any of these components in this 55-step process, which is what it is. So it's that kind of language for that kind of thing. But having said that, each advisor kind of has their own way of communicating. So I'm not sure how to do that. I'd be really interested to hear your perspective on this, John. How to give the tool in a way that's actually useful for all advisors.
Well, we've got the AI agent that's going to help in terms of it will pull out the insights, build that into communications and tailor that to a specific, like, there's market volatility. Write me an email for this particular client with, those characteristics, which the AI prompt will be doing automatically. That will pull out, what to kind of say, what to pull together in terms of a comms. We also have that for the meeting agenda as well, where the AI agent will pull together a meeting agenda based on the personality traits that come out of the system. John's thinking.
He'll come up, knowing John, he'll come up with a genius idea. He'll send it through in a few days saying, I thought about it and this is how you can do it.
Yeah.
Because that is the challenge, isn't it? That it's also the opportunity that every advisor who's even interested in MoneyMind Profile, they're already in the top 5% of all advisors. But it also means that they generally kind of have their own phrasing that they use. So yeah, it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on that. But the AI tool obviously will hopefully just plug in and work perfectly.
Yes, it will. And it's just, it comes down to the prompts, and we're just getting the prompts right, what you're asking it. Okay, we've got Rachel's just typing. The AI, it should be ready in the next month or so. We're just doing, we're working with it at the moment. We're doing proof of concepts and testing of that at the moment. So probably in around a month or so, that's when we'll look at releasing that. Yeah, so that will be really cool. I'm really excited about it. We've been playing around with it for a little while, and it's like, builds out a really nice agenda, puts it in, time frames of when to speak about certain things. And it pulls out those insights and summarizes things for you. So does all the heavy lifting. Excellent. Well, do we have any more questions? Oh, we got Rachel again typing.
And don't forget that I'm happy to spend time with you setting this up if you need any help, because it is like Jackie showed, it's kind of a 1-minute task. If you know what you do, like if you know what you want to do, if you know, hey, Catherine, we're having a workshop, I've forgotten how to make my own link and put a tag in. It's really a 1-minute task. So just reach out if you have an actual goal in mind, something that you're doing, and then we can just help to set that up for you.
Yeah. And if you're not already signed up, just jump onto our website and sign up. And it takes,
you have to be signed up, obviously.
Yeah, exactly, because you can't do this without signing up, obviously. So if you haven't signed up, super easy. It takes 2 minutes. Go to the website.
And there's no delay. So it's 2 minutes, and then you can send your first profile or your first 500 profiles 1 minute later. So.
Yep. Okay, Rachel, we've got, is there somewhere we can get the icon to use when embedding? So are you talking about an icon on your website, or are you talking about, let me just go back in. Are you talking about an icon for, I'm just trying to understand the icon. Are you talking about on the actual website or on your social media? Because that will be.
Or is it the QR code?
Or QR code.
Like what's on our footer? So that example from our website.
So we use Wix. So in Wix, I basically will have to upload all of my own digital assets. So this is an image, that's an image that a QR code that I generated. So I basically I add an image, but it depends on what tool you use. So like I've got all these images in the system that I use. So, the logo with the brain. Oh, are you talking about in the system? So in here, you've got your branding. So you put your own branding and icon and logo in. So you basically white label your own. So this will be all branded your own. Thanks so much, Scott. Good luck. Just reach out if you need any help with anything as well. So does that answer, Rachel? It's just the logo is in your branding on this branding tab. That's where your logo gets embedded. So that will be on your MoneyMind profile, your own logo. Okay, well, we can take it offline if you want, Rachel. We can jump on another call, or just have a quick chat for 5 minutes or something after, or just send me an email.
This software doesn't have. Can people turn their microphones on, or is it just chat?
No, it's just chat, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, Teams would be better than for that chat. So we
Yeah.
know exactly what it is you need, because it's probably a 12-second
Yeah.
solution.
Exactly. We can jump on a call, Rachel. I'll send you an email. Excellent.
Nice.
Okay, great. Well, thanks everyone. We've got many more webinars as well. If you go to our webinars page, which is, oh, wrong link. There we go. Okay, so we've got some more coming up, more sessions. We've got the Streamline Client Onboarding coming up on Friday. We've got that session this Friday. We've got remarkable reviews as well, and effective fee conversations. And then when our AI tool comes out, we're going to look at hyper-personalizing your meetings and your email communications. And we kind of touched on personas as well in this session. So yeah, we've got more sessions coming up, so feel free to book in for those. We're going to keep running these each month, so we get them, everyone can get the most out of the software. So jump on and register for any future events.
And if you haven't signed up yet, sign up now so you can get access to it all.
Exactly. Brilliant. Okay, we've got John just typing. No, we're all good. Well, we'll wrap it up. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate your time. And just reach out if you've got any questions or need anything. Excellent.
Thanks, everyone.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, everyone.